Stan Jabalisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1GV, Whiskey 1 Good Vibrations. I would like to warn you of an impending or increasing danger for us ham radio operators in regards to RFI to other people's equipment, other people's devices. In the November 2016 issue of QST, there's an article on page 9 about the increasing general background noise level caused by consumer electronic devices emitting radio frequency energy at all frequencies, including the ham bands. And it's getting worse, and it's making reception in all but the most remote areas increasingly difficult for us ham radio operators. And in some cases, this stuff interferes with consumer electronic devices interfere with one another, having nothing to do with ham radio. But we also have to be cognizant of the reverse problem that is also increasing, and that is the increasing susceptibility of consumer electronic devices to radio frequency interference, caused not only by other consumer electronic devices, but by us, ham radio operators, as well as the standard illegal CB operator, citizens band radio. 100 watt amplifiers are pretty standard among them. There aren't many of them, but there are plenty of police radios. There are plenty of fire departments and other civil service departments that use two-way radios on frequencies, usually in the VHF range or UHF range. These too can interfere with consumer electronic devices, including the computers in motor vehicles. So as we get more and more people who are more and more susceptible with their equipment to radio frequency interference, and who in general emit more and more radio frequency energy, it doesn't really take an electronics engineer to figure out that we're sort of heading towards a cliff, or eventually something is going to fall off that cliff and create a huge disaster. Let's not us ham radio operators be blamed for such a disaster, but rather come to the aid as public servants to those who suffer as a result of the disaster. And trust me on this one, there will be someday a disaster related to ham radio or other radio frequency energy emitted by electronic devices. And also, just not to make this an entirely gloomy video, remember what Mark Twain said, presumably long before there even was radio frequency interference. He said, "Life comprises a series of catastrophes, 95% of which never occur." Stan Jabalisco, W1GV, Whiskey 1 Good Vibrations, saying 73, which means best regards in ham radio jargon, and so long, which in my native Morse code fist shall forever after translate to da-da-da-da-da-da.